Have you ever felt just completely exhausted by the effort of trying to change? Well, today we are talking about a path that is so much more liberating. It's this idea of transformation that doesn't come from pushing or striving, but from a really deep internal shift. We're going to talk about embodiment, but in a way that feels less like you're running a marathon and more like you're finally coming home to yourself.
So let's just start with a question I think every single one of us has wrestled with. You know what you want, right? You have this vision for how you want to show up in the world, but actually changing that deep-seated behavior, it can feel like this impossible uphill battle. Why is it so darn hard? It's such a universal struggle. And the reason why, well, it might not be what you think at all.
All right, let's dive right in. We're going to start by challenging a belief that, honestly, most of us have been taught our entire lives about how to create change. We're going to call it the myth of practice.
This statement right here, it's the heart of everything we're exploring today. I mean, think about it. We're always told to practice being patient or practice being more confident. But what if that very idea, that endless repetition, that constant trying, is actually the thing holding us back? What if that's not the path to real, lasting change? So if it's not about practice, then what in the world is it about? This brings us to a really crucial distinction that can unlock everything for you. It's the difference between controlling your behavior and truly embodying a new way of being. Let's get clear on what most of us are actually doing most of the time. This is control. It's when you're actively fighting against an old urge or an old pattern. It's that voice in your head going, "Don't do that, do this instead." And notice the key words here: working against and requires effort. It's exhausting, isn't it? Because it's a constant battle. This is the source of so much burnout. Oh, I love this. This slide just lays out the two worlds so clearly. I mean, on the left, you've got control, effort, performance, discipline. It's all about force and management. But then, just look at the right side. Embodiment requires none of that. It's the absence of resistance. It's just clarity. It becomes your natural response. What a profound and beautiful difference, right? Okay, so how do we get to that beautiful, effortless state? This is where we find the key. The secret ingredient isn't practice. It is the absolute power of resolution. This is it. This is the central truth we're unlocking today. See, true embodiment isn't about repeating a new action until it sticks. It's about bringing an old pattern to completion, to a final, peaceful end. Resolution means it's finished. It's over. It's truly done. And this is why it's so effortless. It's brilliant. When the root cause, the very thing that was driving an old behavior, has been fully resolved, the behavior itself it fades away. It's not because you're trying to stop it. It's because the engine that was driving it has been completely turned off. The shift is automatic. Okay, I know this can feel a little conceptual, so let's make this crystal clear with an example that I think we can all relate to. Let's talk about the pull of fear. Specifically the fear of conflict. Do you recognize this? A trigger happens, maybe you have to have a tough conversation. Because that old fear is still active inside you, the pattern just kicks right in. You feel that powerful gut-level pull to either run away from the conflict or get super defensive. And resisting that pull, oh my gosh, that takes so much effort. That is self-management. That is control. But now, just imagine this. Imagine that old fear is finally resolved. It's complete. The same trigger happens, but this time, there's no pull. There's nothing. You don't have to manage yourself. You don't have to fight an urge. You are simply free to respond to the situation from a place of deep clarity. Naturally, effortlessly. Can you feel the difference?
This sounds amazing, right? But how do you actually know when you've moved from that world of control into true embodiment? How can you tell if something is really, truly resolved?
Okay, this is how you know. Think of this as your checklist for true freedom. First, you don't have to remember to be the new way. You just are. Second, you don't have to actively stop yourself from doing the old thing. And maybe best of all, that exhausting internal argument, that constant debate in your head, it just goes silent. And when that internal noise finally dies down, what are you left with? You're left with a state of pure clarity, a beautiful, effortless flow. Let's just sit with this for a moment. This is the destination. This is the celebration. When all that internal resistance is gone, when the old patterns are finally resolved,
what emerges is clarity. And that clarity, it has its own momentum. It moves, it responds, it lives through you, completely without force.
So I'll leave you with this to carry with you. The question is not, what do I need to practice or what do I need to control? The real empowering question is this: what old response in your life is simply ready to be seen, to be understood, and to finally be allowed to resolve? Because that is where your true effortless power is just waiting for you.